I'm sorry, but I have to push my man lineup back. Let me explain. So first things first, what I'm going to do is lift that hair off the scalp. And in this video, I'm basically going to teach you how to take care of a waver, okay? So y'all see that bald spot in the middle of his head? That is his crown, okay? And you guys need to figure out how your client brushes their waves around this crown area. The crown area is also the thinnest part of the head, so you do need to use a higher guard. Being that he asked me for a 1.5, we're going to use a 2 closed on his crown area just to leave it thicker than the rest of your head so it can blend in. After cutting it down using that higher guard, just going to brush it down in the way that he would brush it. If you guys don't know what area or how he would brush his hair, ask them, okay? Ask them to show you, and you just do the same thing. Same thing goes to cutting the waves down. You want to cut in the same direction that they already brushed. If you don't know the direction, ask them to show you and go in that same direction with the clipper. So I am using my Blackout Babyliss FXs. You guys can get this from thebarberplug.com. Use my code WavyKid at checkout. They got all the supplies you need, everything. As you guys can see, I'm just hitting all the angles that he would brush his hair, just to ensure that I don't get any patches or inconsistencies in his waves. So after cutting it down, you definitely want to get your wave brush. This is the 360 GZ V1 brush, the medium soft. I'm just brushing that hair down to make my client feel as comfortable as possible. As you guys can see, my boy is spinning, man. He's spinning. So now to get into this taper, you guys already know my steps, and if you don't, I basically do the lever open after I set my bald guideline. The 1 open, 2 closed, 1 open, 0 closed, then the lever closed, and then I do detailed work, okay? But that's not, it's not really here to teach you. I'm just here to, educate you a little bit on what I do as far as haircuts. I want this to be entertaining as well for the people that don't cut hair. But you guys do need to find a system and stick to it. That way you can get faster at cutting your hair. You can get more efficient. Your cuts will end up looking better over time, okay? So the main thing wavers don't like is when you go up too high in their waves. Now, being that this is a loyal client, he does like the blend to show a little bit, okay? But we're still keeping it below that last wave at the top of this taper, as you can see. And a lot of you guys probably be thinking like, dang, why barbers be treating wavers like they superior to other clients? Listen, I'm a waver, man. I'm a waver. You know what I'm saying? They not superior to other clients, but the process is a little different, okay? Like it's just things you have to do. Certain things you have to do, certain things you can't do when cutting wavers, being that they take so much time in their hair every day, okay? And there's nothing wrong with that. Everybody has their passions. Ours is just waving. So being that my client is a waver, I do like to lower the area behind the ear, just so when they brush their hair, the lineup still stays crispy. And when the hair gets longer, when they start woofing, again, it's not as long on the sides as it would be everywhere else. And if you guys do not know what woofing is, it's basically when a waver grows their hair out for a certain amount of time to perfect their waves, just because it's easier for the waves to stretch when it's at a longer length, okay? When your waves can stretch at a longer length, it's easier to break forks. To break forks, it's easier to progress in your wave journey. So now the front lineup, man, I gotta push this back, bro. I'm gonna lower it down first to a 1 closed, being that I cut him down to 1 open, and I'm just going with that cowlick area. And this is the most natural spot I can take it. I don't know what you guys want me to do. There is literally nowhere else I could have placed this front line, okay? So if you guys consider this a pushback, so be it. I had to push him back in order to get a straight lineup. My client's cool with that. I've been cutting him for years. He know what the deal is at this point, okay? I do what I gotta do, and it's not really much I can say, because at the end of the day, this cut is gonna come out super crispy, and this is exactly what my client wants every time. Also, you guys gotta understand, head shape plays a big part in how people edge ups come out. Like my client wax right here, man, the part I'm at right now, that part of his forehead kind of sticks out more than the rest. So it's gonna look kind of bendy at first until I enhance the light areas and then go over it again. You guys need to pay attention to more than just the dead on lineup when watching these videos. You gotta take into account that some people have different head shape. You see, I'm keeping it natural as possible. I did switch my trimmers just because the trimmers that I was using is too sharp to be used on the vertical bar area. Doing the same thing on this side. Just so you guys know, I did not use hairspray. Did not prep this line. All I did was, wipe it down with some alcohol and got straight to it. And for all the enhancement haters, we are going to use enhancements. But this lineup is clearly solid and crispy without them. But you guys are going to see how, enhancements can kind of change the look of a haircut when applied the right way. So the enhancement that I'm using is the Tune 45 No Drip. You can get that at tune45.com. Use my code WavyKid at checkout, okay? Everything will be in the link in the description below. Anything that I name or use, you can find. Just look for the title and click the link next to it. So after applying the enhancements, you're going to reline it just to make sure that line is solidified, symmetrical, and crispy. Okay, that lineup is crispy. It was a little off before I applied the enhancement. That's just because the light spots were throwing the lineup off. After those light spots got filled in and relined, you guys can clearly see that this lineup is on point. And you can see from this angle right here, man, this cut is fire. That taper is perfect. Nice crispy lineup. We're cleaning up the top of the waves. It's not really much I can say about this cut, man. Last thing but not least, definitely do a freehand trim after cutting any waver hair down. Okay, the number one goal when being a waver is to get our waves to lay down flat. And just to finish out the cut, I used the shaver on the lineup just to ensure that it lasts a longer time. This is the cut, man. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. This is fire. Spam them fire emoji in the comment section. Let's get to 100 comments. And share this video if you guys have learned anything or if you simply liked the entertainment. It's your boy Kid Kev. We dropping every day for this month. Hopefully after this month too as well. But let's keep it going. It's your boy Kid Kev. I'm out. Follow me on Instagram at WavyKid_Kev. Deuces.